Okay, I'm so unprepared still. All right, let me get YouTube up. All right. Hi. Okay, I'm getting there. Hi, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm coming. Okay. I still feel like things are out of sorts here. Hold on. Up it just a little. I think I have arrived. Hi. Okay, mute. Perfect. Live chat. Perfect. I think I may have gotten a few too many Justice cards out. So here's the thing, though. Justice is a hard one for me because I'm a Libra. And so I really, Justice is one of the cards that I look for when I find a tarot deck. And so I like a lot of them. And I kept thinking, I'm only going to get out the cards that are a little different, or but then it kept growing, and I still did not finish all of them that I wanted to get out. So, all right, let's see. Hi, Tangerine. How are you? I haven't seen you in a little bit. I know you've been live a lot, though. I wish I had more time to watch people. You know, when you're a creator, it's hard to get on and find, the time to get on with everybody else. But Courtney, hi. Stephen, hi. Hello. Gypsy, hi. Angela, hi. Gonna vacuum real quick. Okay, Courtney. Hi, Silver, Marge, and hopefully my internet holds. Oh, I hear you, honey. I know. Mercury still has not been kind to us. Justin, hello. Hi, Jackie. Cypress. Johnny, hi, Johnny. Honey, hi. Wow, how many Justice cards? I know, right? There's no way that I will get through all of these Justice cards, but I like so many Justice cards that it's going to be like that. Well, maybe not. I was going to say with my Nine of Swords. We were talking on the admin chat today, because I checked the poll where I had, asked what cards I wanted to study tonight. And, of course, secretly hoping, even though Justice is my card, I love Justice, secretly hoping, though, one of my favorite cards is the Nine of Swords. And, everybody hates the swords. I feel bad for my swords because nobody likes it. But the Nine of Swords cards, you can get some of the coolest looking cards when you're looking at the Nine of Swords cards that I just love that card. But so we'll do that next time. I said next time I won't give you a poll. Next time will be Nine of Swords because that's the one I want to look at. But I like Justice a lot because I'm a Libra, and that's important to me, of course. Hi, Tar Apple. Having breakfast. Hi, Claire. Jen, you've been missing my last couple lives. I know, Justin. It has been extremely busy. And I feel bad. Again, I feel like I've been running home from work, getting my live done, and then if I was on your live, I would watch your live and then go to bed. So it just has been not enough hours in the day. I'm telling you. Hi, Michelle. Selkie, hello. Rainy Bear, hello. Okay, so trying to remember. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about. And I'm trying to remember what they are. Of course, my son, my oldest son, called there at like 7 o'clock, I think. And him and I got into this big discussion about politics and stuff. And at 7:25, I said, okay, I got to go. Literally, I'm supposed to be on in 5 minutes and I got to finish getting stuff ready. But we actually started the discussion because I don't know if any of you saw, I posted on our group. Hi, Catherine. You wanted to talk about Buffalo. I posted on our group wall that I had remembered today. We got into a discussion today about I try not to do politics too much on my channel, although I do kind of, once in a while just blurb something. Which our president decided a while ago that he wants to start rebuilding our nuclear weapons armament, which, let's just say, I think that's ridiculous and it's horrifying. And so I was talking to somebody because back in 1983, the summer that I was 10, I went with my mother to the Seneca Army Depot, which is less than an hour away from, our hometown here. And they had, in the summer of 1983, they had a huge women's encampment that spent the summer marching against nuclear weapons because they were being stored at the Seneca Army Depot. And so they thought it would be a good place to march, like, for the whole summer. And so we went, gosh, it seems like it was a long time, but it might have been only a week. But I know. It might have been only a week that we were there. They were there the whole summer, these women were. But I feel like we were there for like a week and a half, 2 weeks at least. And we actually somewhere, and I have to ask my mother which paper because I still can't find it. Somewhere we had our picture in the paper because we were one of very few that actually had our shirts on, for one thing, because it was an all-women encampment. That a lot of them didn't wear their shirts. And that was part of the protest, I think, if I remember correctly. And I didn't really think that much about it, but the photographer for one of the local newspapers had taken our pictures because we were one of the only, like, mother and daughter kind of thing that had our shirts on. And so I was looking up the articles and stuff because I'm trying to find that picture of me at 10 and my mother at, this protest. And I started reading about the women's encampment, and all the locals, like, hated the women's encampment and said they were all lesbians and witches. And I do remember staying up half the night and doing drum circles, and apparently there was witches there, and they did do some ritual kind of work and stuff. And I thought, see, even then. So my witchcraft community goes back farther than I thought. And it's like I didn't remember it till I started bringing up all this stuff, which is funny. I don't have a whole lot of memories from childhood, but once you trigger something, more stuff starts coming back. So I thought, well, that is really cool. I kind of forayed a little bit even back then. So I thought it was interesting, but so I got into a big discussion with my son about it. Yes. Yay. Glad Elstar is here. Me too. I marched down in Florida. Yay! Good for you, Gypsy. The whole world is falling apart. I know it. A bit like Greenham Common in the UK. Yep. Absolutely. I know it. And I don't understand this. Our president said something when he was campaigning about that too. And I kept thinking, no, he doesn't really mean that. He's just trying to whip people up and stuff. But apparently, and I know it's true because my son, who is in Navy intelligence, so he knows all of our weapons and then all of our enemies' weapons and stuff. They have to keep track of all that. And I always know when I'm on the right track because he can't say anything to me, of course. He can't tell me a damn thing. But I'm like, so Trump said that he wants to re-up our nuclear weapons and stuff. And he just went, I know. And I'm like, oh no, which means he probably is doing something. Really ticks me off. But anyways, and not just, it would tick me off if it was a Democrat president too. So just so you know, it's not just him, even though you all know my opinion on him. But I try to keep this channel not very political. Other than, that's just stupid though. That's just stupid whether you're Republican, Democrat. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why the hell would you? It took us forever to get rid of all the nukes that we had, or most of them. Why the hell would you want to build more up? Oh, just it's money. Anyways, okay. So, hi, Linda. He needs to watch War Games, right? I just don't get it. I was 20 with a 1-year-old at the time. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so in case you didn't know, we are going to be doing the Justice card, which is awesome because that is my, Libra, and many of us in here are Libra. It's funny that we have so many Libras that are in our community now. I wonder how I'm going to react to my kids if they want to do something I disagree with, right? It's hard. Our kids, my kids do a lot of things that I don't disagree with. I mean, that I don't disagree with, that I disagree with. Mercury is just killing me. Still, I can't speak. And I kind of let them know my opinion, even though I know they already know it because they grew up in my house. And then you have to kind of let them do what they do now that they're adults, supposedly, at 25 and 26. Libra rising, yay! Okay, so where the heck are my glasses? I am always surrounded by Libras. Both parents, last husband, right? Yay! Us Libras. All right. The peacemakers. Okay. So here we go. This, of course, we start with the Centennial Edition Rider-Waite Borderless. And we may switch this summer to the Dirty Pam Borderless Edition is coming out. When is it coming out? May? Is it May that it releases? I think. Thank you, Marge. All right, so here we go. Justice. Justice is ruled by Venus. It's the air sign. I have a mom and sister who are Libras. Awesome. It is the air sign. It's the card is from Libra. Equilibrium, equity, fairness, legality. She sits between two stone pillars, a curtain behind her. In a red robe, she wields an erect sword in one hand and balancing scales in the other. Just visible behind the dark curtain is a sky of bright yellow. Hi, Donna. The theme of Justice is external balance. The Justice card can suggest that balance will be restored in the seeker's life, or that there is balance. Hold on, I'm going to move this a little bit because that little light thing over there, it casts, that's partly, I bet, why the camera couldn't focus right. Will be restored in the seeker's life, or that there is balance to the conditions in his or her life. But it is hard for the seeker to see that at the moment. The outcome that will bring balance to the seeker's life is that should occur. Consider the theme of equilibrium or judgment and how it applies to the situation at hand. A traditional interpretation of the justice card is the presentation of a decision that needs to be made by the seeker. I am Gemini, and one person in a family who gives you different sides to things is enough, but I have two, right? Sometimes it's hard. I'll tell you, I come from a family who had both. My grandfather was a Republican all his life, grew up a Republican, and his side of the family was Republican, and my grandmother's side of the family was Democrats, and my mother was Democrat, and my father was a Democrat. And then my brother, though, it's just me and my brother. My brother is completely and totally the opposite of me politically. He is a hard conservative. I will say, though, I'm so glad, at least, that in this day and age, he has not ascribed to the nut job in the White House. He's like an actual conservative Republican from back in the day, almost to the point of libertarian. And is a gun owner, and he owns like all kinds of assault rifles and stuff, which drives me crazy as a liberal. But, we have to, it's one of the things that at this point, I feel like in this country, we really are going to have to figure out some way to live with each other and to decide on things. It's so hard to decide on things in the middle at all, which this kind of goes along with justice, right? Because there has to be some kind of balance. And it's so hard right now because we're so far apart on how we think on most things that I don't know what the middle is. Like, I don't know where we're all going to end up getting in the middle. I don't know if it can happen anymore. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. That's part of what we're talking about is actually finances, because my son makes like $70,000 a year, and he's a single guy, and he can't get a loan to save his life because when he was 18, he took out a couple credit cards, and he had a car loan and stuff that ended up kind of defaulting, but he paid them off. And there's still, it shows balance 0 on his credit report, but he can't get a loan because it's a negative thing on his credit report. Even though he paid off all that, when he got his life together and went to the Navy and stuff, he totally turned everything around, and he pays all his bills and all that, and it's for years now. But it's still on his credit card or on his credit report, like forever. He can't even get a loan still, and he's like, Mom, I make like $70,000 a year, and I cannot get a $10,000 loan to consolidate my loan stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how anybody's ever going to in this. I don't know what's going to happen. And it kind of has to do with justice. It really does, because it's the balance. But I know I am really talking a lot, squirreling out, huh? Let me take a sip. And medical bills, I know it. I know. It's like the first generation that can't expect to do better than their parents. I don't see it. I don't know how it's supposed to happen. Especially now, because kids go to college and they are accruing thousands and thousands of dollars in college loans only to get out and not be prepared for the job market. So now what are they supposed to do? Yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen with this world. I feel really, and I said, honey, I'm so sorry. I feel really bad about that. I don't know what we can do with it, but I feel terrible. I can't believe he makes a good living, and he's a single guy. It doesn't matter. Hi, Rochelle. And see Willow, in case I didn't see you before. Medicals. I know it. Medicals. It's terrible. All right, back to tarot. Sorry. I'm going to try not to squirrel out as much as I can. Well, all we can do is keep being the best people. That's right. Exactly. Okay, a traditional interpretation of the Justice card is the presentation of a decision that needs to be made by the seeker. The seeker is urged to make that decision fairly, with impartiality, and with integrity. Like the Lover's card, ethics is relevant to the matter at hand. Justice is about making an ethical decision that involves an external condition, others who matter to the seeker, or a situation outside of the seeker, where the Lovers is about making an ethical decision that involves the seeker. The Justice card could indicate that lawsuits will be won or disputes resolved. The verdict that is rendered will be fair to the seeker. Considers Newton's third law of motion. To every action, there is always an equal and opposite reaction. So that balance, that's why some people, some decks will call this card karma, which we kind of saw. Now, this is, we'll talk about it more. And I always kind of have a little bit of a hard time, except that I feel like justice is more a personal thing. We talked about judgment the other day, and a lot of people have a hard time sometimes differentiating justice and judgment, what the difference is. And to me, judgment is an external thing. It is the external forces. It is the path, the spiritual path that we are on. It is the spiritual awakening that we're trying to get to. It is the looking inside ourselves to look at what is an imbalance in order to change it. Justice just does not want to focus. Justice is more about a decision that has to happen, or something that is coming up that is going to be fair and balanced, or that your life in general you have to bring your life to a balance. That sometimes there's one thing that's outweighing another too much, and it's affecting your life too much. So in other words, like you're working too much and not spending enough time at home. So your work and home life is out of balance. There isn't a justice equality there. When the seeker has exerted a particular force, there will be another force exerted against it. One equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, that will create the external equilibrium in the seeker's life that is needed in the given situation. Note further what the nature of justice is. It is human created justice, not divine justice. That's a good bit of the difference between judgment. Okay? The laws of man are at play, not the laws of nature or the laws of the divine. The element of air governs this card. Attributions associated with air will represent the external forces at play in the seeker's situation. Yang energy is dominant. The Justice card could also relate to the Libra sign and timing-wise denote the period of September 23rd to October 22nd. Okay, how'd we do? Do we have questions? I know way too many Libras, right? Any questions, guys? Is there anything that comes up when justice comes up that you're not sure how to read it or what you should be saying? Of course, your intuition ends up having a lot to do with it. Is a cause and effect. That can be part of it for sure. You know, that equilibrium will Did you say some people can tell between justice and judgment? Right, because we talked about judgment was the card we went through last Thursday. No, last Tuesday. Was it last Tuesday? Did we do judgment last Tuesday? I think. What if I draw it reversed? Reversed is a different thing, and I'm not going to teach reverse just because we have so many beginners that I don't want to. I don't read reversals personally unless I can clearly see that there's a reason for the reversal. Why do you have so many pillows?
Because I like pillows.
And now you don't?
No, it's changing the sheets and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Stuff just got out of the dryer.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. What was I saying? Justice.
Reversals, you don't do reversals.
Oh yeah, I don't do reversals. So, you know, there's lots of information out there about reversals, and at some point, someday we'll do a whole series of reversals once we're, you know, done with the beginner tarot kind of set. Hi, Heather. Okay, so justice. All right, so let's start our comparison. Let's go with Deviant Moon, since we have the book for that and we can kind of delve more into what the Deviant Moon says. Again, great card. Just, you know, Patrick is just an amazing mind. I sometimes really wish I had his mind and knew where the heck he came up with some of these ideas. I am going to tell him he has a fan. He was so bad today. We found him in the sink trying to get whatever food is left on the dishes. Oh, gotcha. Is there keys in both cards or just the Deviant Moon? I do not think there's keys in this Justice card. Now, in some Justice cards, there are keys. And I believe we saw keys in the Judgment card for Deviant Moon too, right? So we'll see as we go through, though. There are definitely keys in other Justice cards for sure. Okay, so let me just, I have it marked to get out the Deviant Moon book. Okay. A powerful judge holds two identical swords in perfect balance, delivering justice to all. So, how long was I babbling before it was off? As soon as I started reading? Ah, Mercury, you bitch. How many arms does he have? I for sure. I don't know, Jen, right? I definitely see 3. Okay. A powerful judge holds two identical swords in perfect balance, delivering justice to all citizens. He serves the people without bias. Duck-billed platypus, right? One eye is asleep, one is awake. Yep, he's got 3 arms. And his decisive rulings are always impartial. Behind him, the moon rests quietly in the distant sky, indicating that emotions have little impact over his findings. That's a good one. So there isn't a bunch of emotions in this one, right? The judge looks directly at the viewer with straightforward honesty. His resolute gaze penetrates lies and exposes the truth. Because of his impeccable character, The city is granted the trusted judge complete access to its affairs. This stewardship is illustrated by the ring of keys he carries and the small keyhole seen on the background building. Ah, okay. So it's like he has, see that there? Oh, come on. Why does it always want to focus on my face? There. See the keyhole there? So that is like the keys to the city. And they have entrusted him with the keys to the city because he is always flawless character. The background is one light and one dark as well. I'm in love with this crack. Mean deck. I knew it, Jackie. Sure, I know you meant crack. Keys to your heart? Absolutely. Honesty and character and justice are important to him. In his wisdom, the judge realizes that what is justice for some may be an injustice to others. Despite his tireless efforts to keep society balanced, discrimination and corruption will always exist. Such iniquities slither out from underneath the judge's robes. Ah, that's what these things are, iniquities. In the form of hideous creatures. In response, the judge's claw-like foot emerges from the seams, clutching a rotted... Oh, it's a foot. It's a foot. He's holding this rotted fish with a foot. The judge's claw-like foot emerges from the seams, clutching a rotted fish. This stance reveals his determination to catch a criminal by any means necessary, even if he must balance on one foot to do it. Patrick is just amazing. So here he is, literally, what?
What does iniquities mean?
Like injustices, inequalities. I know. So he's literally like perched on one foot, so he doesn't let any little iniquity pass him. He's going to be the justice, the balance for everything in the city. Well, it looks like a hand. Would hate to see anything else under that robe, right? What a great symbol of, I love that. Balancing, and he's grabbing the fish because he refuses. He's got his two swords of justice, and he's like, I'm not even going to let this rotted fish go. This little iniquity isn't even going to get past me. He's not afraid to do the dirty work. That's right. So upright meanings. Justice calls on you to make clear and firm decisions based on truthful facts. Hi, Melanie. Let your conscious mind guide you to logical conclusions. At this time, it is important to weigh your options and balance your choices. Do not let anything interfere with your objective reasoning while searching for answers. The Justice card may be advising you to assume complete responsibility for your actions. Do not make matters worse than they need to be. Know that you must do what is morally right, regardless of the consequences. Additionally, the card could refer to legal issues that you must attend to. Contracts need to be carefully evaluated. Judgments will turn out favorable if so desired. So cool. Love that. Just, Patrick is amazing. The way that everything has a meaning. You know, there's a keyhole in the back. The rotting, disgusting looking creatures that crawl out trying to move past him are the iniquities, the injustices in life that he will not allow to pass. Love it. Hi, Rich. Could it also mean be careful not to juggle so many things that we think is right? Is Patrick the illustrator? He is. And the author of the book, Patrick Valenza. whoops, where is it? Here we go. Is the creator of this incredible deck that we all just adore. The symbolism in this deck is just so rich. He's just an incredible master of this. For sure. Me too. I love my borderless edition too. It's just incredible. Just incredible. All right, let's start working on our intuitions a bit. Let's pull out the Guardian Tarot. You know, everybody's favorite creepy aliens or tree ents, depending on how you see it. Didn't get the borderless and really want to get that book. I know it. I'm telling you, Rich, I absolutely adore this book. Sorry, but I'm not into it so far, although the decks I love most, I hated at first. And that's okay, Marge. I have to say, I did not use this deck the first 6 months I think I had it. And then the more I saw the, just the symbolism in it is so rich. And it's kind of like the Rider-Waite. I hated the Rider-Waite until Simon. And Simon is the one who gave me the appreciation for the symbolism in the Rider-Waite. Every time I see a platypus, I think of Robin Williams and what he said, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go with Judgment. Similarities and differences. So we have the scales again. Other people make you love more decks. That's true. We have the scales here. On now, Guardian Tarot, yay! Again, the scales are a pretty constant thing. There aren't too many decks that I have pulled out here that don't have the scales. Just pre-ordered for the Spirit Keepers Tarot. Yay! I know they, what's today? The pre-orders are done as of what? I know it's this week sometime. I pre-ordered a while ago, but I think they're done like the 20th or the 21st, 22nd. It's like this week. Tomorrow? Yep, so it's the 20th. So if you were planning on getting your hands on the Spirit Keepers Tarot, Benabelle's Spirit Keepers, the 2nd edition, you have to get your pre-orders in by tomorrow, because that's it. All right. So here we have the scales. And he is, you know, balancing the scales right in front of him. The moon is full and directly behind him. Again, he's head on, faced right straight at you with the truth. There's no, you know, turning to the side. There's no trying to hide anything. He is head on here. I'm facing you with the truth of what is. Absolutely. Wide open eyes. Yep. Not blindfolded, right? And sometimes we say justice is blind. You all know what the symbolism is. Now, that's not the case for either of the ones, the RWS or the Deviant Moon. Do not have blindfolds on either. So the you all know the meaning of the blindfold. If you see Justice, like Our Lady Justice has a blindfold, and that is supposed to be free of, like he's peering into your soul. Yes. Free of any kind of discrimination, free of any predisposed judgments. So we are supposed to be, although it really doesn't work that way in America anymore. But we are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So immediately that blindfold is supposed to tell us that we have, that the judge, the jury is supposed to have no predisposition towards your guilt before you walk into that courtroom. And it's supposed to have nothing to do with your race, your poverty level, your religion, your any of that. Free from outside influences. Exactly. Not judging by appearances. That's right. I wish the United States law understand what we are, but it's sad that we cannot understand what the United States has for us. Wish they don't have nothing for us. So this one's pretty straightforward. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of hidden meaning in the Guardian card, right? It's pretty right on. Am I crazy? What deck do we normally go to after that? I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe it wasn't originally intended to mean that, considering our corrupt justice system, right? Exactly. That's okay. Hi, Michelle. So let's go to the Tarot Fauna deck. I feel like I'm missing in between that we normally go to, but I can't, for the life of me, remember what other deck there is. New Era. Oh, I have New Era in here because it is one of my favorites. Let's go to Tarot Fauna first, and then we'll do New Era after. Sea Willow. Bye, guys. Gotta go. You too, Sea Willow. Okay. So, similarities and differences. The Tarot Fauna is always different from the Rider-Waite. We always kind of have to look at it and figure out exactly what the meaning is here and why. So here we have what looks to be like a mountain lion. And there's kind of a yin-yang feeling, right? It kind of seems like there's darkness and the stars on this side. Shadowy stuff here. And then we can clearly see light on this side. The green grass comes through. The snow-topped mountains. So we definitely are looking at, you know, a balanced out from night and day. The mountain lion in the middle. We might have to get out. Do I have the book out? Oh, don't fall. Tarot Fauna. It's the Tarot Fauna deck. Tarot Fauna. Now, is this? Death. Amen. Justice. Here we go. Doesn't take the side in duality. He's in the middle. Oh, that's good. Good. We can't remain in the middle. We were never meant to. Ultimately, decisions must be made. Actions must be taken. Cause and effect must serve its purpose. Indecision kills potential. Don't let yourself sit stagnant, as energy will merely be wasted focusing on unimportant things. This is a time for honesty in its most sincere form. Contemplate to complete. Your right decisions should only be guided by how your conscience renders the decision. Is it right for you or all wrong? It really is just that simple. Stop making it so hard. Take responsibility for your part in things and recognize that ultimately, and regardless of comfort level, you will feel better because you took the time to acknowledge what is or could have been a problem or conflict. Trying to follow along with the shapeshifter. That's okay, good. Justice is so gorgeous in Wizard's Tower. Aha! I know, we need Dave to show us what he's got for the Wizard's Tower, right? Okay, so that's a good one too. I'm going to move on to some of the, we'll go to the New Era elements since that's one. I missed the entire card meeting. I was up all night packing. Where are you going, Trevor? The card meeting itself is about Truth, Missouri. Cool. Well, I hope you have fun. Is it a fun kind of trip? So just kind of a recap. The Justice card. The Justice card itself is about bringing your life into balance. It's about whatever situation is coming at you, you need to have external balance. Your balance will be restored in your life. The presentation of a decision that needs to be made by the seeker, and you should do that with fair and balanced. Real, fair, and balanced, and impartiality and integrity. Going to stay with my mom for a while and hope to get a better chance at getting a job. Well, that's good, Trevor. Is that a good thing for you, hopefully? All right. Do you want to see the back of New Era Elements Tarot? Whew. Hopefully. Good. Good. Well, we will put that positive energy in there. Did I, in a way, I missed the tarot decks run through? What? So did I in a way. Okay. Well, that's what we're still doing it. So New Era Elements. Here we go with New Era. Yeah. New Era Elements Tarot. Mercury, you bitch. 9 days. Stephen pointed out today that there's 9 days left of Mercury. At least we're in the single digits now. Thank goodness, because I'm telling you, I have literally the entire time, I have to keep going to my patients. Sorry, my brain isn't attached to my mouth. Because I'll be in the middle of speaking and blah, 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 some garbage comes out of my mouth and I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. It's been horrible. And it wasn't supposed to be a bad one for me. I'm very upset. That means the next one that it's supposed to be a bad one for me better smooth right on by. Okay. So here we go. This is called Adjust. I have to reset my tongue. Yes, right? This is called Adjustment. So again, this is about balancing things out. Newton's third law. Every action will have an equal and opposite reaction. So everything that you're making that decision about, you should be balancing out. Your life, you should be balancing out. If you're making a decision, you need to make it with fair and balanced eyes. Mercury would be like, nothing to see here. Yeah, no, that would be good. I wish, Rich. You have been very lucky then, because it's been so bad. Nature, it's called Nature in Shapeshifter. So here we have this beautiful Indian woman, girl, who has that balanced staff. Oh, no. That balanced staff here. Oh, come on. My damn focusing. There it is. And so here she even, I don't know how they do that. I would think you would need bare feet, but I guess that would hurt with the rope. But I would think I want to feel it more. Weird. Anyways, tongue-tying a little bit, but overall trying to get stuff done. Good. Good, good. And then the birds all around her, and she's even balancing stuff on her head here. So she's very good at the balance game, right? Adjust here a little, then you have to adjust here a little. If you're going to move left foot, then you have to kind of move things to the right here. Not going to do that. I'll fall. Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm interested in the Tattoo Tarot. Tarot, which one, honey? There's a couple different ones. The 8 of Coins ones. Or, what's the other one called? Tattoo. The other one, there's a pip deck out there. It's Tattoo something. Tarot. I can't remember which one. Like she knows the truth and knows what is at the heart of all situations. It's on the dark box. Okay, so that is the... this one. This is the one I read with the other night. When did I read? Not Sunday? I think it was Sunday. Did I? So I don't know how long I was talking to myself. Sorry. Again. I'm telling you. Where the heck is that deck? Literally, I just read with it. It can't have gone very far. No. 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 Losing my mind. I'm losing my motherfucking mind. All right. I don't know, Jackie. I literally just read with it 2 days ago, but apparently I decided to, I don't know. I think I really offended someone thanks to Mercury retrograde. Oh, no. Oh, no. So I don't know what I did with it. I read with it a bunch on Sunday night. So I can't have gone very far. But if you call after, Jackie, I'll try to find it and show some to you. Saturdays? Whoops. Oh, yeah, because I wasn't on Sunday because I, you know, felt like doo-doo all day. Maybe that's in here. Is it in here? It is. You're there. Oh, come on. So, Jackie, oh, come on. So these are them. I like them a lot. They read really well for me. And I like them. Let me try to find Justice as long as we're doing Justice here. Here's the Death card. My wands. Empress. There's the Hanged Man. It's going to be towards the back because I started at the front. Here's, oh, look at the Ten of Swords. Talk about a Ten of Swords cards. Whew. Hi, Jen. Look at the Ten of Swords. Literally, he's stabbing through. His own hands are stabbed through. His face. That's a Ten of Swords moment. Whew. It is very much like a heavy metal, really. Dream Enchantress, huh? I don't know if I know that one. All right, where the heck is Justice? There it is. Here's Justice for this card. I mean, for this deck. So, and she is blindfolded there. Good, good, good. Okay. What else? I have quite a few. I'll try to go through them fairly quickly because we've been on almost an hour already. So this one, I love this. I'll show you. This is some of my favorite Justice cards. I love this Justice card because I feel like this Justice card says that the justice that you have to do, you don't necessarily have to do alone. I love that the sword is out here and is feeding. It's almost like feeding the tree of life. And these women are, see the scales? All of these women are feeding into the tree of life sword here. So it's like, you know, it takes a village thing. To me, that is the community justice. It is everyone helping each other to balance out the tree of life. I really like this one. And see how now all of these people are around the back. So it's a whole circle around the tree. I just really liked this one. So this deck is the ETA Tarot, which is the Emerging Toronto Artist Tarot. Just in case you want to know what that one is, that's the ETA Tarot. I like that one a lot. There are a lot of Justice cards with my Mayat on it. You know, one of my goddesses that I've worked with for a long, long time. The first one is the Dark Goddess Tarot. There's my Mayat with the feather and the heart. She's weighing the feather and the heart. So this is, by understanding the goddess Mayat, this is, I think when I kind of got a handle on the Justice card is when I started working with Mayat. Because she is the goddess of justice here on earth as well as in the underworld. She's not just the underworld purveyor. She also rules justice on earth. So she is, you call on her for stuff like court cases and stuff. You call on her when there's iniquities and injustices in life that you want to be rendered fair. So anytime I see a part of our vulnerable population being used or abused or put down or any injustices, I always call on Mayat to help to right that wrong. So I love when Mayat is on there. This one is the Greenwood Tarot. Love this one. This is pretty much Cernunnos, right? And he is the ultimate purveyor of justice. This deck, the Greenwood Tarot, is finally going to be re-released. If you look at Mark Ryan has a YouTube channel and he's been putting out videos that talk about when the release is coming. So I believe it's supposed to be towards, probably my guess is towards the end of this year or beginning of next year is my guess. But hopefully it will be a little sooner than that because I love the Greenwood Tarot. This tarot is where the Wildwood deck came from. This came first. And then the Wildwood deck kind of, you know, grew out of this one. Yeah, it's on my list too because this is technically, this is like a bootlegged copy that I didn't realize was really a bootlegged copy. Although it wasn't at the time, it wasn't. We were allowed to use the art at the time because the artist released the images years ago and I had it printed out on, you know, make playing cards. And then Mark Ryan had a fit, and so I would never do that now. And I purposely, other than to show it once in a while, I won't use it for readings and stuff because I feel so guilt-ridden about printing out this deck when it technically wasn't supposed to be printed out. But it's coming back. Here's the Ostara Tarot, which is, again, one of my favorites. This is my Mayat, yet again. And here you could kind of see her a little bit more. You see her wings of You see that she has the blindfold on. You see the feather and the heart being weighed. Love, love, love this interpretation of justice. That's the Ostara Tarot. Just a great interpretation. Love this one. We're studying justice during a Mercury retrograde. Bring on a tower moment. Ah! No. Well, it's funny that we're studying justice, and which is also about balance and equality, don't forget, and equilibrium, and what's tomorrow? Ostara, which is the spring equinox. So I thought that was funny too. So this one is from the Cute and Creepy Tarot. The cardstock on the Ostara Tarot. Yes, you can find them on Amazon, absolutely. Ostara, full moon tomorrow, yay. I think the cardstock is good. It's a little bit, for me, I'd rather have more matte finish, but they kind of went with glossy on this one, but the cardstock is good. I once brought hospital bills to Mayot from when my children were in the hospital. I hate it because it's ridiculous. Yes, it took me 2 years to get rid of them for each kid that went to the hospital. I hear you. I still have on my credit report is, how much was it? 30. I think it's over 30,000. I think it's $45,000 from my son, who is now, he'll be 20 in May, and he almost had his foot cut off from a steel I-beam that fell from 10 feet and almost cut his foot in half. It broke every bone in his foot this way, sideways, and was close to being off and spurting blood and an open fracture, and he had to have several surgeries and all that kind of stuff. And we had, what do you call it? We had, I'll be traveling tomorrow, so keep me in positive thoughts. Absolutely. We had Child Health Plus. At least you can see a doctor. In other countries, you have to wait because socialism doesn't work. Yeah, I don't believe that skeleton dancer. Sorry. Nice try, but every civilized country in the world except for America has socialized medicine. So that's a good trial. I appreciate the thought. Yeah, so I still have $45,000 on my credit because I had sent in our renewal for the kids' health insurance and sent in everything. Ah, you're from Canada, socialized. And do you like your socialized medicine, Cha? I'm going to put Easter themed sprinkles in a dish on my altar tomorrow. Yay! How about a partially closeted witch? Yay! Perfect. I love it. So anyways, it was a paperwork error on their part, and they still canceled my insert, or not re-upped it. And it was a paperwork error on their part, and they still were like, well, sorry. They still charged me for it, and I got $45,000 still on my credit because of it. Yeah. Yay, perfect. There you go. Exactly. I would much rather have to wait a little bit than have $45,000 that is ruining my credit. Right? All right, so this is from the Cute and Creepy Tarot. So that card, it is a blank face on purpose. It's kind of, you can kind of see like she kind of has eyes, but they are covered over. There we go. You can kind of see that. So I like her just because it's a little creepy and a little cute. I love the Cute and Creepy Tarot is a really good deck. It's kind of that anime kind of style almost. I like it a lot. Spirit Song, because justice is blind. Exactly. This is the Spirit Song Tarot. And I think it's really pretty. Why is it for Justice? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if I would recommend this deck to beginners, because the symbolism, you have to kind of read the book to get the symbolism. Feel the song Blackbird, right? There you go. But if you already know tarot a bit, it's really a pretty deck. Because Crow is lost. See, there you go. Now I wouldn't have known that though. And there, a lot of the cards are like that, where they're like, oh, that's so pretty. How do I read it with that? I don't know. I would figure it out because I already know the meanings, but I wouldn't recommend it as a beginner deck. One of my all-time favorite Justice cards is the Pagan Otherworlds deck. I adore this deck. I adore everything about this deck. From the cardstock to the way the images are portrayed to, you know, just, she's looking away. She has, you know, this vest made out of straw. It's just, yeah, I adore this deck. This is one of my all-time favorites. It will always be, I believe, will always be in my top 5. It's just so good. And I haven't pulled it out in quite a while. I'm surprised. I usually pull it out in the winter. But I kind of think I had so many other decks that I was working with that I haven't really pulled it out again. I may pull it out again soon, though, because it just gets me. Love this deck. This is the Marielle. Again, here we are again, and this time it's a bold image of Mayat. And once you know it's Mayat, then you understand the justice connotation. All right, Denise, cool. Just adore the bold look of Mayat in this deck. I will say the Marielle Tarot is a gorgeous deck. I do not use it very much because the card's really big and the borders are kind of annoying, and I need to trim the borders. I know that, and I intend to do that. I just have never gotten around to it yet. But it is a really in-your-face, powerful kind of deck. So if that's what you're looking for, I do recommend that one. It's kind of an old one. I think, didn't I hear that it's coming back out? They're doing like a second version of it, and it might be borderless. Did I hear that, or is that a dream? I can't remember. I swear I heard that, but I might be wrong. But it's a great deck. Another one that I don't use very much because of the borders, but I need to trim it. This is the Star Tarot, and I adore this deck. The borders are horrific. And again, when I trim it, the problem with trimming them is that both the numbers and the word are going to be trimmed right off of that. It's not. I don't think it's a separate system at all. I think I read very well with the deck, other than I hate these borders so much, and it makes the cards too big, and they're just awful. And why do you trim them? Oh, because it releases those images. Now, when you see this, it's really a pretty card. But if you take these borders off, and you are able then to release that image from those really big borders, it's like a different deck. This this deck, if you look at the back, this is what it looked like with those big thick white borders. And it's still a pretty deck. I'm not going to say it's not a pretty deck. But then when you look at it after I trimmed them, it's like an amazing deck. It's gorgeous and it looks gorgeous. And the images, to me, it's like the images are free. And not everyone likes that. Absolutely. I love the artwork too. And not everyone likes that. Some people actually like the borders, and that's okay. But the English Magician's Tarot, I think that's the name, has huge borders on the minors and borderless majors. Yep, it's sitting down there, and that's the exact reason, Rich. I don't think I've ever read with that deck because of that. That exact thing. Yeah. And then finally, this is the Next World Tarot. And, you know, if you're looking for a modern interpretation of the tarot, God, I love this deck. I mean, to me, this is the ultimate justice. I kind of hate the backs. Yes, that's true. Me too, Rich. This is like the ultimate injustice. If you want to know a modern take on the Justice card, this is it. If you look in that crowd and see who's in this crowd and what they're fighting for, and you know, this is an amazing, yeah, anyone up for March, right? This deck just hits me in all the right ways. Same thing. Now, I will say, again, what's that sign say? Which one? This one is queer, Muslim, and proud. And then this one up here says, stop killing us. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, queer, Muslim, and proud. This is the Next World Tarot. And then there's one back here that says, silence equals death. So, you know, they're protesting all the things that are happening in our world that, you know, we've had to stand up and fight for. There's immigration thing. I think there's a specific immigration thing in here too, I swear. But, you know, just this, I do too. This deck, I so wish, again, huge borders. And I will say, I love the Next World Tarot. I don't use it very much because the cards are unbelievably massive. I have a huge hand, guys. I have a huge man hand. And this deck is really not easy to shuffle with and lay the cards out. You have to have a big surface, and your hands are tiny, right? But it's nice because at least you can see them. But I really wish we could have kind of a more normal size card and get rid of these big borders. You know? It's such a gorgeous deck. Tiny little whopper hands, right? And this deck, I think now, I believe it's out now, because this is the indie edition. But I believe you can get this on Amazon now. I think it's out through US Games or something like that. 74 minutes. Thank you, Marge. So, again, though, really a great deck. And I do use it for personal readings sometimes and stuff. It's hard to use it for clients because it's hard. It's like awkward to shuffle it. $30 on Amazon. It's these cards, and I'll tell you, this has my favorite Lovers card, like of all time. Mad Magazine, right? Hold on, I'll show you guys the Lovers card because it really has my favorite Lovers card of all time. It's got it has equality in people, in sizes, in colors, in nationalities, in LGBTQ, in it is all around inclusive, which I adore. It is, look, the Queen of Pentacles. Love. Love this card. That's the Queen of Pentacles. How freaking awesome. Love this deck. It's just very hard to read with because it's so damn big. I mean, trying to go through the cards even to look. Here we go. I think my favorite Lovers card ever. Because it's about self-love. Self-love. Come on. And it has disabled people. And it has, I mean, talk about an inclusive deck. It has all body shapes, all body sizes, all body colors, all body, everything, every kind of inclusivity that you could think of, this deck has. And this is like my favorite Lovers card ever made. I love this. So it is absolutely worth it. It's a great deck. If you can figure out how to shuffle like this, it's so awkward to shuffle. But, and then when I edged it in pinks and purples because that's the back. And it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I love this deck. It's just really, really, really hard to handle. And I would use it like every week if I didn't have to, with big, huge man hands, didn't have to shuffle it like this. It can be trimmed, I think. Although I don't know, I'll be honest with you, the cardstock is good, but because it's that that shiny glossy cardstock, it's hard to tell sometimes how it's going to take the cut if you trimmed it. It may start peeling, you know, if you trim the deck. So I have not done it because this is the indie version. And I didn't want to ruin the indie version when I knew it was coming out mass-produced. And somebody asked about edging. I edge decks when they do not come edged. Like when they're... Let me grab any other deck, Jen. Any deck. Here we go. I haven't edged my new era yet because I have a specific color and I just haven't done it yet. So when the decks come without any color on the sides and they're beautiful decks and you can edge the deck, you take, I use chisel tip Sharpies because they're easier to keep along the edge, and you put color on the edges. And it just makes the deck pop a little. Thanks, Tan. But you do it individually, each card individually with a chisel tip Sharpie is how I do it. And you just go along each edge of the card and then put it down. And eventually you hit. I think I did the major cards in purple and then the minor cards in pink. So it turns out, you know, shuffled all together. It's like that. So I just have to say I just adore this deck because it's gorgeous. That is great to know. Wonder if you could use gold foil as well. That might be hard on the edges because you have to do them individual or they'll stick together. But you might be able to. And it might chip. I think you might have a chip problem. But I know there's gold markers that people, gold paint marker that people use. I am afraid to use anything but Sharpies because that's what I know. And I'm a creature of habit. And I'm afraid to do anything really wacky and out there. But, okay. All right. So that is Justice, guys. Hopefully you saw some cards that you like. Do you feel like you got a better grip on Justice than when we started, hopefully? Justice is one of those cards that you kind of have to just keep working on it. I know wiping down my transparent tarot was a fun way to connect with the deck, even if I was annoyed by the fact that I had to do it, right? Good. Good, good. All right. Sounds good. So tomorrow is Ostara. So blessed Ostara. It is my night off. I probably, because I'm off in the morning and I work in the afternoon, I probably will upload a couple of, kids' stories for Ostara. We will be doing a joint ritual on Saturday for Ostara. And then we look to Beltane. No nights off. What else? And then on Thursday, we will be doing the other part of tarot study, which is the Storytime Tarot, where we look at the before and the after. We are on, what did we do? We did the Emperor last time. So we're on the Hierophant. Where are your eggs, Jen? Oh, they're downstairs. I'll try to take pictures of them. I'm never going to remember this. I'll try. I promise. If there's anything we might want to have on hand for the joint ritual. Let me think. My ritual, I think our ritual is going to be about welcoming the goddess back from the underworld. So candles, like if you have a candle. Let me think. I will post in the group, okay? Saw the before in the store. I had to keep myself from buying it. Right? Yeah, I'm not getting a spare. I know, Rich. I've been tempted, like Pagan Otherworlds, because they're moving to a different card stock. I'm really tempted to get a spare before they run out, but I'm not buying spares. You know what? If they wear out a little bit, oh well. FOMO, right? All right, guys. I love you. I do have some time. I'm going to try to hook up with, I have a couple readings that I still have left to do. 9th anniversary. Well, congratulations. And I will talk to you Thursday, if not tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, Willow. I hear you. Hi, Alchemy.